let's talk about NIL versus what it's really becoming NILP, right? So the essence of NIL originally was name, image, likeness. I'm going to get paid for my ability to be a marketable asset. The school would have nothing to do with it. The school just can't prohibit me from doing that anymore. We saw this with Johnny Manziel particularly. So for Johnny, the big issue with him was he was doing deals on the side. This has happened historically. It's happened in hockey. It's happened in football. It's happened in every collegiate sport for an athlete big enough. What we're seeing now, where legislation's going, where the NCAA is going, is NILP. So name, image, likeness, now performance. Performance, of course, being this on the field, on the ice. How are we going to compensate players correctly for how they perform? Performance-based contracts. Without a contract, by the way. I can opt out at any time as a player, and as a school, I don't really owe you anything contractually to say that I'm going to guarantee you money. Pretty problematic, right? Like most things we do, even at the junior level in hockey, there's a contract. In this case, we're voiding that. Collegiate athletes are not protected or ensured that they're going to get X amount of money. There's no protection for injury. It's kind of the Wild West. And so the NCAA then comes out and says, well, by the way, we're going to give salary caps essentially to every athletic department. You have the Ohio State University, right, that I think brings in over $140 million in revenue a year. They can cap theirs the highest. It's 20.1%, I believe, all the way down to, okay, let's take a school like University of Idaho, the Vandals. They don't have a FBS football team anymore. What is the revenue of that school? It's probably maybe closer to 10 million, not sure, but they're capped at their 20.1%. So it's going to attract different athletes. In a way, it's fair to some of the programs that have that funding that can bring that money in. But in other ways, if you've never been a school that can generate that revenue, you're always going to have an uphill battle. So what you're going to find are schools that have these kind of odds and ends programs. I think of like Colorado College is a great example, right? You've got Colorado College, which is NCAA D3 or D2 in almost every other sport except soccer and women's soccer and men's hockey. Where do you think a bulk of their money is going to go pay these athletes? Because this isn't applicable, by the way, down into D3, D2. So for hockey players, D3, you're not getting any NIL deals in the same way. You can monetize, and so some players who are smart enough to do that, you can absolutely monetize. You're just not going to get the same treatment. I don't want to say the have and have-nots, but there's going to be an interesting surge here over the next 5 to 10 years, and you're seeing it already. Stony Brook, Lindenwood, Minot State. There's schools that are building these programs, these D1 hockey programs that will have money because they're choosing to put an investment into that they may actually be able to lure some talent where others may not. Is it going to go, is this going to hurt the blue chips? Is it going to hurt Michigan? Is it going to hurt, I'd say even like Penn State, or you look at the top programs right now, Western Michigan, who isn't paying any NIL money, or like DU, right? Where DU's kind of on that top end. I don't think so. I don't think you're going to see those guys take a hit because of where their programs are at. But there's some really interesting pieces where newer programs can come in, and if they have the right backing, they have the right funding, they can be aggressive and offer financial incentive to the best players. A school we see this play out at right now is North Dakota. Nobody's disclosing what some of the North Dakota players are making, but when we break down the money, the revenue, there's estimates that a player on North Dakota could be making anywhere between $50,000 to up to $300,000 depending on their NIL value. That's pretty big coming straight from the school. Then add the collective in there, their ability to monetize through commercials. What you're going to find in hockey specifically, the schools that can compete and get creative with how they view that player value, and if they're not beholden to other parts of an athletic program that need that money or the ability to drive that revenue, you're going to see a pretty big change here in the next couple years, especially until we really call NIL what it is, and it's name, image, likeness, performance. Respond in the comments. Let me know what you think. I think we're up for some very interesting time here over the next couple of years. Thanks.